Alright folks, this is Trigonomic Identities Part 2. Alright, and we're not done yet. Now how do we know that the tangent of this angle, and I'm going to go ahead and mark this angle here. Don't you just love dry erase boards? How do we know that the tangent of this angle is equal to the sine divided by the cosine? Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take sine divided by cosine. Now, what is sine? It's opposite over hypotenuse. What is cosine? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, this is a compound fraction. Remember me talking about compound fractions? Bet you do. Alright, so we're going to take opposite over hypotenuse, and we're going to multiply it by the reciprocal of adjacent over hypotenuse. Well, what's the reciprocal of adjacent over a hypotenuse? Well, it's hypotenuse over adjacent. So now, what we can do is we can cancel out terms. We canceled out the hypotenuse here and the hypotenuse there. So now all we have, if we were to say this, we have one here and one here. So it's now opposite over 1 times 1 over adjacent. Well, opposite times 1 is opposite. Adjacent times 1 is adjacent. And as we all know, tangent is opposite over adjacent. Now, can we improve this with numbers? Okay. What did we say about sine and cosine? Well, we said sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So what fraction is formed? 4 over 5. Right there. What fraction is formed from the cosine? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Where's that from? 3 divided by 5. So you got 4/5 up here is the numerator. 3/5 over here is the denominator. Now then, we want to multiply 4/5 by the reciprocal of 3/5, which is 5 over thirds. Well, 5 is gone. So it's 4 times 1 and 1 times 3. And that makes 4/3. And as we all know, opposite over adjacent, 4/3 is your tangent. That's how they came up with the tangent identity. Sounds complicated, but it really isn't. Anyway, I'm going to cover trig identities in a further video, but I thought you would enjoy this double presentation. Makes things a lot clearer, doesn't it? See, trig's not that hard. They make it a lot harder than it actually has to be. Alright. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.